That's true.
So if I drop that in there. Yeah. And like anytime I like the word I'll say to that is like to see is to be aware.
Mm.
You know, they're still there, whether we're aware or whether we're unaware. Like it doesn't change the fact that they're there. It just says that we can't see them. Because we default, right, to just default to what we are aware of.
Mm.
I think we tend to default more to what we're not aware of. And when we do become aware of it, we tend to, at least for me, we tend to notice it and go, okay, why is that happening? I know that whenever I find myself in an awareness like that, I try to course correct.
Mm. Yeah, I'm satisfied. Well, satisfied. I don't know if that's the word. Good morning. Well, good afternoon, Ian.
Afternoon, Ian.
How are
Hi.
you?
Hi.
Afternoon, Ian.
Good morning, afternoon.
Good
Mm.
to
I
be
love that
with you.
laugh.
I do too.
So authentic.
Yeah, I kind of am working, and so we know it is. So where are you getting your power? Where's your power? And yeah, that can open the door to resistance. People can have a weird meaning meaning of power, especially their power, and it almost is like, well, I don't have any, so I can't listen to what you're saying. So it's like 3 years longer than that, 4.5 years to come up with in here, out there. Because that's the same as where's the power? Because is it from in here or is it out there? And just like in power, one is resolvable and the other is unresolvable. And I think that's all that awareness matters is, am I in a resolvable or an unresolvable structure? Am I looking at it out there to change in here, or is it in here changes out there? Two different starting positions, massively different in life. One's chaos and one's peace. Well, I just celebrate that. I've been marinating in that for a week now and really like it.
Can I share a story? It's
Mm.
about ancestral healing. As you know, I went to Poland.
Mm.
It was nice.
Right.
And I didn't know Auschwitz concentration camp was in Poland. I thought it was in
Mm.
Germany for some reason. Anyway, the taxi driver told us that it was there. And something inside of me told me to go.
Mhm.
It wasn't planned. So I decided to go. Went there and it really affected me. Like the energy was really low, and for like a week after, it really affected me. Like thoughts coming up about the people starving, and it really affected me like at a deep level. And I was sitting with myself and I was like, why has this affected me so much? And then I remembered my great granddad was Jewish, and my dad's granddad, my great granddad's Jewish. He was called Lipton Alexander. And he would have been alive during World War II, during the Hitler, what happened with Hitler. Anyway, apparently the story is that he married a Christian woman, and then the Jewish got forgot about. Like the Christian took over the Jewish, and like I'm not Jewish, my family's not Jewish because the Jewish died out. Anyway, I was getting these feelings of like shame coming up, like shame, and I was like, where's this shame coming from? And I realized that it was shame for being Jewish, shame for the Jewish heritage. I realized that my great granddad married a Christian woman because of the shame of being Jewish and because of fear. So he wanted the Jewish to die out. He wanted his kids to be safe. So he decided to marry a Christian woman. Anyway, yeah, I was feeling the shame and this guilt, and I was like, where's this coming from? And I realized that it was coming from my Jewish side. And I realized that I was meant to go to Auschwitz because it brought it all up in me. And I was just feeling this like shame and this like disgust around, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And I realized it was my Jewish heritage. And as soon as I realized, I sat with it, I sat with my ancestors, and the shame turned into pride. And I just felt this pride in my veins. And I felt this pride for my Jewish heritage and how strong and how brave they were just to live as Jewish. And something left my body. I just felt something leave my body. And I just felt this clearing just for me feeling the pride for my Jewish heritage. Something cleared, and I just felt this like massive clearing. I could feel the pride running through my veins, like my Jewish ancestry, and I just felt this pride, and something just left my body. And also, this might sound a bit, but it's the truth. When I was there, I was looking at the photos. There was like photos on the wall of all like the people who passed away in the Holocaust. One guy stood out to me. I was looking at him, I was like, he stood out to me. So I read the date. I read his like profile that was on the picture. It said he was there the 2nd of December 1942. And then I realized I was there on the 2nd of December 2024. So it's like I was 84 years after, and I got this voice in my head saying, "You get to leave, but I don't." It didn't scare me at the time. I was like, "Oh, okay." And then anyway, after when I got home, because I can feel my energy field now, I could feel something in my energy field, and I felt like that I brought something back with me from Auschwitz, and I felt like it was this guy because I identified with him. We were there the same date. Anyway, I sat with myself and I was like, why is he with me? And then I just sat there and I decided to do an ancestral recode around the Jewish side because I felt like it needed clearing on a Jewish side. Anyway, this guy was called Anthony. And he came to me as I was doing a recode, and I asked my Jewish ancestors to hold his hand and help support him with any trauma that he's got that's keeping him on the earth. Anyway, as I did the ancestor recode, because I included him in the recode, I got an image of him going to heaven, going back to the other side, and he just wanted to be seen and heard. And because I saw him, I heard him, I acknowledged him, I give him gratitude and love that he was able to go to the other side. And my ancestors helped him, my Jewish ancestors. So yeah, that was the first. And then since I've got back, it's like something changed in me after going because it's like I haven't been through shit compared to them. And like something just shifted within me since going. So going to such a dark place had such a positive effect on me. The gratitude now is like, wow, I've got freedom to eat food. I've got freedom to go outside. Like something in me is just changed since going. And I followed my intuition and went. Yeah.
Yeah, you said yes to it, huh?
Mhm.
Wow.
And it's like I'm feeling this pride for my Jewish heritage after going. Whereas before I went, there was shame. It wasn't my shame, no, it was like my ancestry shame. And that's because of the war, because obviously being Jewish in that time, there was a lot of shame. And he even married a Christian woman, so it died out. So the Jewish would die out. And it's just this pride, it's been replaced with pride. And I just feel like I've done something for my Jewish ancestry just by feeling the pride. It's like, whoa. And including that guy that I saw in the recode, I just felt, I could feel him in my energy field. But then after I did that, I could feel him go and shift. And I was able to do that.
Wow. Thank you.
What that brought for me was the power of intention. And open heart
Thank you.
and willingness.
Right there.
His name was Anthony Murnick. Anthony Murnick. And we were there on the same day, but for 82 years difference.
Mm.
42 and 24.
Mm. Oh, 42 and 24. Wow, it's reversed. I just seen it as you said it.
Mhm.
Wow. I didn't see that.
No, I didn't either.
Oh, you guys, this level of awareness. Not a competition, but yes. Mhm.
And what our sorry, Jess.
Nick, take it, Allison.
And what our default awareness is about, right?
Yeah, it's not a awareness isn't a competition.
No, but it's just different.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're together, we can share our awareness and what that does for each other.
Now, sharing your story, Ian. Allison, what's that? What do you call that place that's 45 degrees from the belly button?
Dantian, or the pranic point. There's
That
another
one.
name for it.
Is there an easier name?
No, sorry.
Darn. No
You
shortcut
could.
for that one yet, huh? Well, that spot.
It's the beginning of the vital force, right?
Mm. It rang like 3 times during that story.
Mm.
And the rang because the ringing and then the ripple. Like there's an intense there, but it doesn't feel like it's there, but I can feel the tingling about in my knees and my elbows.
It
But
was my
it's,
friend that triggered it. Sorry.
yeah.
Oh, it was my friend that triggered it because when I said about Auschwitz concentration camp, I told her that my great granddad was Jewish. My nan's half Jewish, my dad's quarter, so I'm about 15%. She said, "Don't tell anyone because people don't like Jewish people," and then that brought up the shame in me. And I was like, "Where's this coming from?" And then I realized it was ancestral.
Yeah. And well, but I was like, I've become more aware of like my feelings, like what's happening in here, and not like feelings, but like sensations as well, because it's all like sensations is a big part of it. Because that tingling only lasts for maybe 3 seconds. Oh. But there was a moment when the tingling went away and the intensity there stayed. Never felt that before. So I think there was part, like what it says for me is like there was something there for me too.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And it's like I can't control when I get that sensation. I can't. I can fake it by telling you I have it and it didn't happen. But then when it happened and I tell you about it, you can you don't know if I had it or not.
Mm.
And mine, like my system of informing me, doesn't have to work like yours. But I think they do. I think they work very similar, just we experience them differently. And I won't tell you. Well, yeah, I will tell you. It was like when the tingling went away, right? And it just stood there. It felt I felt caught like a hook had gone through that spot. It's like, why? Oh, why do I feel hooked? And then it let go.
Mm. It was just a real privilege that you picked me.
Yeah.
And then when you said I was there on the 2nd December 24, he got deported there. The 2nd of the 12th, 42. I was like, wow. Well, yeah, it was such a privilege that he showed me.
Mm.
I could just
There's
feel him in my energy field. It's hard to explain. I could just, and then I was getting these memories of like starving, and I was getting a picture of him getting shot on the head, and I was like, where's this coming from? But then I realized that he was in my energy field because he wanted love, and then I was there. And when I was there, I was so open hearted, and my intention was to like spread some love and healing around the land. And I was hooking the trees and everything there. So my intention was to share my love. Because I believe one person in love can like outdo all the darkness. But yeah, I feel like he just wanted some love when he saw me. And because I saw him in a picture and I actually genuinely cared, that it's like I'm the person that he was waiting for. And just by including him, acknowledging him, giving him gratitude and love and seeing him, he was able to go. And I just feel like my ancestors helped him, my Jewish ancestors helped him. They were holding his hand when I was doing it, and I just felt the shift on both sides.
it happened again. This one, last I count, it was about 10 seconds.
Ugh. Sounds a bit strange, like I don't know him. Obviously, he is before I was born, but I love him. I don't know why, I just do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what helped him, the love.
and and we don't have to make sense of it. And like you're not struggling to make sense of it, which I think is such a relief. And sometimes we do have to go into it to like uncover more. Like that's the only reason like to go into it, because that if it doesn't let go by just seeing it, so when that bell of mine rings, I've the best I can call it is like it is like truth. Like I know it's true. I know it's important. I know it resonates with me. That's my That's my sense. That's my body. And I love when that happens. Oh, it feels so good. So, Ian, thank you for helping me release generational as well.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm.
Really glad you shared that.
Thank you. All it took was replacing the shame with pride.
Hmm.
And
The
I can just feel
opposite.
I can just feel the pride in my veins, like the Jewish ancestry, and I just feel pride. And it's shifted.
Yeah, there was another one, just a real quick, though. It was real quick. It was like a second. It's like a record. I don't think I've had that many come together in that short a time frame. You should be able to measure that, shouldn't you? There's got to be waves coming off of that. Anything wanna like I was gonna transition to something, but I don't want to step out of this until everyone's had an opportunity.
I just want to say thank you, Ian. Um, yeah, that helps me too to heal some of my ancestral wounds. As I originated from Cambodia, there's been a lot of things going on in Cambodia too,
Mm.
with healing, and I can see some of the same patterns as Ian with the shame and wow, that was beautiful, Ian. Thank you.
Thank you.
You triggered it too, G.
Mm.
You triggered another one in me when you spoke. I was like, yeah. It's just the connections, It's like we're connected in ways we don't even know.
I see the connection between us and the group, that we are all far from where our ancestors were for a couple of hundred years ago.
Mm.
Not that many generations back.
Yeah. Yeah. Energy isn't contained in time.
Mm.
It's just when we happen to walk through them,
Mm.
intersect them, because we don't have to walk, it's just the intersection.
Yeah, all it took that Ian he shared his story and allow it to open up and
I'm
to say
feeling
you,
like,
Mm.
sorry, Chief.
It happens all over the world. And so many culture, families, hearts have been ripped apart.
Yeah, it does. And your ancestry is on either side, right? Either the
Mm.
oppressor or the victim.
Oh.
In either way, entangled.
Yes, totally.
Mm.
There's so much destruction with domination.
I feel that let's we in a healing process, all over the world now.
Mm.
It's about to shift.
Mm.
People are awakening, they become aware.
Mm.
It's a new beginning.
I feel like it's also a handing over of a baton.
Mm.
You know, when they do the torch for the Olympics,
Yeah, passing from
carrying
one
the
generation
light.
to another. Mhm.
Yeah.
But the power is in you to heal it. The power is in you.
Mm.
You can do it for all your ancestors. Like
Mm.
the intuition I got to go, I feel like that was probably my ancestors. Like, we want you to go so you can feel it for us. So it would trigger it.
Right.
Because if I hadn't have gone, it wouldn't have triggered it.
My
The
truth
powers.
bell. Sorry, Ian.
I was just gonna say, so the power is in you to actually let it go.
Yeah.
You're the chosen one out of your ancestry to let it go.
It was, Ian. It was.
I have a quote about ancestral healing, as it were. And it goes like this: every time you live your truth, you free an ancestor who was forced to hide theirs.
So with this in the background, all of this in the background, all that we do here, I want to share an opportunity for all of us. And I don't know, like it's early, but so I'm just going to open the door for us to just see what guidance we get. So of when I was learning the recode, out of all my friends, there was one that really engaged with me at that time, right at the time. But he was very hesitant too. But what I was able to help him with was to bring this reality's mechanics of structure of whatever we work here. I was able to connect it to his spiritual guidance, like the high level ancient teachings. And he's connected to his creation. Like he's creating, he's in a creative structure. And he's been in AI, artificial intelligence, before it was called AI. So about 25 years now. And he says, man, conversation is blowing up. And he says, we need to do something together.
Hmm.
We don't know what, but it's what you guys are doing and what I know about AI. How do we bring them together?
Hmm.
And I shared, and so I'll share here with you of like, why do I think that matters? Because if as a human we don't have resolvable patterns in place, resolvable structures in place, and we put a machine inside of us, we put artificial inside of us, it'll just keep playing unresolvable patterns. And like not as a prediction, but as a probability. And that is, I think, both of our fears as this progresses, because it's been very, the movement has been very fast, and the movement is, or like what we do when a tool comes out, we orient to it, that we give our power to the tool. that is a default starting mechanism, like a default starting pattern. And I don't know if that's so good to do here. I want to open up for what's on your hearts. Because it includes fireside.
I would be more than happy. I think it's, let me put it this way, I feel quite deeply about informing AI.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Because I would far rather have it informed by our conversations than many others that take place.
Mm-hmm. That's what I think it is. It's like, what do we want to train it?
Yeah.
And not only train it, but train us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a learning together, bringing them together, not separating.
Yeah.
I think that's the power of it, because we're so willing to give it the power.
And also there's a lot of conversation around, that it is going to override our power. And I think to myself, but like, people just remember who created, who set it in motion. We did.
Mm.
And we did. It's an outcome of all the exploration that we've done. And whether you agree with its existence or not, we're accountable for it.
Yeah.
And it can be an enormously valuable contribution to human life. There are all sorts of problems that it could solve way quicker than what
Yes.
we
And
we
advanced
could.
technologies. Sorry.
It's okay, G. You're perfect.
And advanced technology is nothing new. We had advanced civilizations, many times before. They're much more advanced than us, and they had advanced technology. So it's inevitable. So we, as the intelligent being that we are, we're striving to evolve, getting better and better. And technology is just a tool. It's and it's coming back. It's but they keep lying to us, and they're telling us that we're coming from monkeys or something like that. And no, we're much more advanced.
And our conversation teaches us about emotional states compared to a business meeting. That's cold, hard business. Different way they're talking to each other. It's more like a battle zone because
Mhm.
everybody wants to win in the business world.
Yes.
Here, everybody wants to treat each other with compassion and expansion.
Yes.
They're ruling, you know, with fear, with the same with internet, you know. Each time there's new breakthrough, you know, they just say, "Oh, this is dangerous and dangerous," you know, and fear, fear, fear. But yeah, look how it turned out, you know, with the internet now. You know, we thanks to that we can connect through, you know, like this group.
It's the same with everything. It depends on the hands that handle it. Fire, you can sit and warm yourself, or you can use it to burn down a house. Depends on who's
Yes.
fighting the fire. The same with electricity. It can serve you, or it can kill you.
So
All
let
energy
me
needs to
let
be
me
respected.
I'll feedback what I was triggered with in that. Um, there's a group that has the money, the currency to use it, and a specific example of that is you've probably heard about the United Healthcare,
Mm-hmm.
the CEO that was gunned down.
Mm.
They were using AI to get around the law of paying, of accepting procedures, of denying claims. That's what the
Oh,
for profitability. That's what they were training the AI on and using it. Because as you use it, you're just training it. So if you don't have the currency, you need the numbers.
They were training the AI to actually cheat people.
To kill people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God.
But they've been
And
training
it would,
people to kill people for much longer.
yeah, exactly. Do you see how it's just the same pattern?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I say numbers, I mean the masses of people, right? For the people, not for the currency, but for the people. So in this situation, numbers matter, not quote currency, but people. The number of people will always beat the currency.
Things go bad when we have tyrants, you know, to rule the world.
Mm-hmm. And they will be the
They are
last
not for the
ones to
people.
accept it,
Mm.
which is fine, which is like, that's okay. But enough people do it, like even the tyrants have to see it, become aware of it, let go of it. And even though they may be the last ones, they still have, you still have to, or they die out.
Do
Just like
something.
Ian spoke about, right? It was like no, but they, yeah. Sorry, Heinz.
So I had the feeling that tyrants, they do see it, they just don't care, because that means they would have to lower their living standards.
Right. Yeah. They don't care. They don't care whether they kill 100 million or 2 million or 1 million or whatever. The tyrants, it's all about power. It's not about money or anything. They they would kill their own if necessary,
Yeah.
their own family. I think that where we started with solitude, loneliness, I think the tyrant is very lonely.
Well, why else would you need more stuff?
To fill the emptiness inside, but it'll never be enough.
Unresolvable loop.
Yep, exactly.
So the money will just be training an AI to produce more unresolvable loops.
Mm.
And not until the machine could feel would the machine be able to see something other than what it's been trained.
Then they wonder why they made movies like Terminator and Matrix. That's what they're training the computer for. Cold hard business.
And it's a real simple fix. It's just the starting position, like out there in here. That's all it is. That doesn't make it easy. But if AI told you, yeah, man, there'd be no resistance to it. That's the crazy thing, right? AA tells you, it's like, oh yeah, oh, I'm on it. But if your friend tells you, it's like, I don't trust you.
I mean, what I found really interesting in my own world, and by that I mean internally and what I observe, is that our bodies are capable of way more than what AI is, in a very different way, perhaps, but a far more elegant way. And yet 99% of us don't reach that. But we could come up with you could come up with the mechanics of something like AI. Not all of us, of course, but I mean, I'd say it's a good 2 to 3% of the world's population that came up with it. I don't know, maybe it's less. And the whole purpose of the thousands of years of of meditation paths is to become the master of your own mind. And in doing that, along the way, you gather certain powers. And one of the big teachings is don't get seduced by those powers.
I think we have many things in common with AI. They're they're capable of creating beauty too.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful structure,
Mm-hmm.
clean structure, and so on and so forth.
So if you go from the inside and request its collaboration from there, you get a very different result.
Yeah, it's like the cause and effect. We have to. The insight is the cause.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to change the condition. We have to go back to the cause.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the worst thing for us to do is fear. Never allow fear. That's how the tyrant can keep in power. If we fear him. There's not really nothing to fear.
Nothing to fear but fear itself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you guys are talking about fear, this is a question. When a baby's born, they start to cry. So when we're born, don't we feel fear straight away? Because isn't a baby crying for you when they're born? Like when they first come into the world, the umbilical cord's cut, they cry. That's because they fear. So as soon as we come in the world, we feel fear, don't we?
I will say that's probably what we begin to associate it as. Here's what I'll offer, like what I think happens in the moment is all in the moment is something traumatically just happened, because you were warm, comfortable, and cozy, and then the environment completely changed. Just imagine, like you went from a warm, enclosed, like joyous, something, to a really cold, light place. Imagine what that does to your senses.
It's
And
a
so,
bit like the
yes,
womb is heaven. Like
yeah,
the womb is heaven, and then when we come out, we come to earth, and it's like,
yeah, I think so. And like what the biggest, it's just the change, the difference. It's just the change out there in here.
Hmm.
And so, yes, as a child, right, we're going to associate things to those changes. And eventually first there's feelings, and then next, after about 6 years, we're able to attach the words to it. And so that's why I would say, like, yes, I would connect the fear to the unknown change.
I just don't really see like fear as like a big problem anymore. Like we've got to feel fear to feel love, so we know what love is. So
Yeah,
just
fear.
embrace fear and love.
Yeah, it's made up.
Like we feel fear when we're first born, but then we get love off our mother. So you felt the fear, then we feel the love.
Mm-hmm. Then you felt hungry and tired. And you'll see, right? Like there was we get hungry, so you express your dissatisfaction, and then what happens is something out there gives you food, and then you're full, so you feel better. So that's how that out there in here pattern, that cause and effect loop, solidifies itself. So it's no wonder that we think, well, if it's out there, then it'll be in here, because that's the way a child experiences the world, unless they were taught something different. Our society isn't teaching that something different. Well, and then today we are teaching something different than what we've taught in the past. I mean, think about it. It's like, so we're getting to the point where our bodies will power AI. I think that's where we're getting to, without any thought that, wait, we don't need the same kind of power that AI needs. Could you imagine if you needed to be plugged in all day? Which we do, right? We eat food, we eat, so we're generating our own energy, self-propulsion. Isn't that the holy grail for a machine? And if you look at it, it's like the machine, like the best energy machines are 30% efficient, if that. Like, ugh. And we're like 140% efficient, because we have excess heat that we release. That's extra capacity that can power. Give the machines enough power. It's like, huh, that's interesting. Hmm.
Hi, Joe. I just seen you on a call.
Yes, brother. Great to see your pics in Poland. He sent me, Ian sent me a video today. I don't know if you guys,
As a
I don't know if you guys,
potato.
I don't know if you're familiar, but like, there was a challenge that I think it was on MagMind where it was like putting a straw through the potato, like literally like like banging it through. And I remember that was a mission for Ian. He really wanted to be able to do it. We were talking about it, weren't we, on this call, man? But anyway, Ian's a pro at it now, man. Literally, like he sent me the video, man. Like straw through the potato. Poof. He's like, there you go. He does it. He can do it now, easy. So well done for that, mate. That's big, man. We're shifting together. We're gifting together. We're lifting together.
Ian, I'd love to hear, like, what did it take to get there? So someone that's never tried it, you know, would say, "Oh, you can do it, I can do it," type of thing, right? And never go take a potato and put a straw through it. What would you say to someone like that?
Just takes focus. Like at first, because it's a paper straw, I tried it and it would only go halfway through. But that's because I was only half focused. But you just have to like imagine the potato, imagine the straw, and you imagine the straw going through the potato as you're doing it and it goes through. And I noted as well when I tell myself it's easy, the potato goes through the straw straight away. It's the ease of it. When I feel the ease of it, it just goes through.
Yeah, I was.
So,
Go ahead.
sorry. So I started applying it to my choices. So just feeling the ease of the choices and focusing on the choices.
A powerful lesson.
That's what it's designed for, to help you to focus on the choices. So the same way you focus on putting a straw to potato, it's the same way you focus on your choices. But yeah, just when I feel the ease of it, like this is easy, and then I just imagine it going through and it goes through straight away. When I feel the ease of it, like yeah.
What was it like to transition from couldn't do it to could do it?
Start laughing.
Hmm.
Yeah, it just felt really good. Like, wow.
And like some people would have a tendency, one, to not even try it, two, to try it a couple of times and then give up, and then the third one would be to do it. It kind of sounds like choices. I wish it
It was
was
a
on,
bit
but it's
like,
like lenses, yeah.
it was a bit like at first, oh, I'm not capable, but then it's gone now.
How many attempts did you have?
I knew what, sorry.
How many times did you do it before you succeeded?
Loads. Loads.
What would you
What do-
recommend for someone to try it?
What
What
was
do
that,
they?
Jesse? Sorry.
What does someone need to try it? First of all,
Oh, I
obviously a
don't know.
potato. Obviously a potato. And then like, oh, what kind of straw? I'm sure there's a special straw.
Paper straw. I went to McDonald's and stole some straws, so I got them for free. I went to McDonald's and got like 100 straws and put them in my pocket and went out. I got some free straws.
Flipping Liverpool style laugh, mate. Liverpool style.
My sister did it once. I remember I was at my sister's. She had no money for toilet paper, so she went to McDonald's and shoved it down the bottom. No. Free toilet paper from McDonald's.
That's why I have the meal like that's why all the meals are $10 now, huh? Thanks, Ian.
Yeah, but at least he's getting them end results now. So, do you know what I mean? Everyone's got to pay the price now.
Yeah.
So yeah, a potato and a McDonald's straw.
That'll be a new course there. Potato on a straw.
But I tell you what, them paper straws are useless, man. Like you can't finish a milkshake with them. I don't know what's going on in America yet, but all of a sudden in the UK, all of a sudden it just went from plastic straws to paper straws overnight. I mean, the 1.0 straw was abysmal. It's got a bit stronger now, but I can't even finish my full milkshake in peace, man. The straw just disappears. So like that must make it even harder. Do you know what I mean? Like it just all they're not built for milkshakes, man. It's just it's a travesty, man. But point is, like them straws are even weaker than the plastic ones. Like but yeah, you'll have to share the video, man. Share the
Yeah.
video in the group after here, brother, man. It's only a 20-second video.
Yeah, I'd love it. I'd love it, Ian.
Okay, I'll put it in a group.
Thank you. And yeah. You could call it an awareness test, couldn't you?
I think it is a focus test
Focus
because
test.
it's William Whitecloud that does it on MagMind, so it's in his book.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
he
that's-
says, yeah,
Go ahead.
the same as you focus on the straw going for potato, the end result of the straw going through, that's how you focus on your choices.
Yeah.
So just
Are
feeling
they-
at ease on my choices.
do they teach that in MagMind now?
No, not in MagMind, it's William Whitecloud.
Yeah, I read, that's where I first read about it, was it was in his book.
Chris has done different. He does like the visualization exercise. With the lemon, with the rose, he does it differently.
Yes, yeah. Nothing better than having a real example of it.
Like
And then
one of my choices is, sorry,
Go ahead.
oh, one of my choices is that I want to go to the Maldives. Like, I really want to go to the Maldives. I'm choosing it. So now it's just a fun game of how am I going to create it. because it's like a luxury holiday, so it costs quite a lot. But like, just like, how am I gonna create this?
Yeah.
And I
I
can see
mean,
myself on like a little villa, and I can see a little slide, and I see myself on the slide, and I'm going down, and I go into the sea, and then the sea tastes like salt, and I see dolphins jumping around, and I see a spa, a jacuzzi, and it's like
playful choices.
I remember at school we were like we were doing some kind of like project. It was like kind of like a holiday kind of thing. Like we was kind of like a tourist like holiday bookmakers, whatever. But we had to pick the location, and my location was the Maldives, man. And like, so I'd be collecting all the pictures, and like, yeah, I think that's an old choice from my younger self, man. I was probably about
Hmm.
13 at that time. So you never know, man. Me and you, Ian, maybe they're together, mate. Let's go, baby.
yeah, let's
I thought it'd be
go.
underwater by now, do you know, with all these whatever, but he's still there. So let's go, let's go.
Hmm.
Joe, have you tried to put a straw through a potato?
I think I did, but when I go to gym today, I'm gonna pop to McDonald's. So
You're gonna try it today? I think I
if
am too.
if you
I'm
don't
gonna
hear
work
from
on
me,
it.
I might have got arrested for fucking licking straws. I'm not gonna do 100, man. I'm just gonna take a couple.
I think that was probably a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, I took quite a lot.
I don't want to get done for flipping robbing flipping paper straws from McDonald's, man. Like, for God's sake.
Now, if you fail on the straw bends, can you still reuse that straw?
Good question. What do you think, Ian?
No, because the straw goes soggy, so I don't reuse it if I fail.
Gotcha.
I just get another one.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna send the video on the group.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get there.
You never
Okay.
you never tried? I thought you'd be a pro dresser.
No, no, never. You see, I'm one of those, right? It was one of those that just, like I explained earlier, right? I never, uh, so that keeps me from appreciating what's there. Because if I don't try, my story can be real easy that, oh, I could do it. Which it's true. It's just it's a weak story.
I'm gonna head off in a minute. But I feel my message today was the power of love, and the power of intention.
Mm.
Like what came to me. Sorry, Ryan.
No, I was just gonna say have a blessed day.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, last thing that I'm gonna say what came to me is when I was talking about that guy, Anthony. When he was there, he didn't feel loved, he didn't feel supported. He felt so much evil and alone. And then by me just including him in the recode, acknowledging him, giving him love and support, giving him what he didn't have in his final moments, he was able to transcend. And I feel like that's what he was looking for, to be able to go to the other side. So yeah, it's just the power of love and intention. With someone that wasn't even, that died before you were born. So yeah, the power of love and intention.
How far you have come, Ian.
Mm.
And you don't even show up here. You know, I don't, this is not bad. I don't mean it. It's like, and you don't need to be here every day.
Mm.
So it's how far you've come.
Mm.
I missed what you said. Sorry, Jesse.
I just acknowledged how far you have come. It reminded me of the first time you came here, that I met you.
Mm. Thank you.
Thank you.
What happens when you just keep doing it?
Mhm.
Keep doing it,
Mhm.
keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it every day.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Anyway, much love, guys.
Thanks, Ian. Have a
Take care.
great
Thank
day.
you so much.
Bye-bye,
Yeah.
Ian.
Till next
Have a
time.
wonderful day.
See you later, Ian.
Bye bye.
Wow. What would we recap this as?
Mm. Possibilities. Infinite possibilities.
Genetic connections.
Potential.
Mm. And the power of love.
Yeah.
Mm.
What a thank you all for your contributions.
Mm. Thank you,
you.
Jeff.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Have a great day.
Have a pleasant
You too.
day.
Yeah. Blessings to you all.
All right. Next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Peace, peace,
Bye.
peace.